Hello again, everybody. Today is day 13 of the Daily December, and today I am going to talk about a topic that makes me personally very, very uncomfortable, um, which to you guys may seem a little bit weird because I've already had some fairly personal uh, rants that I've done. I've talked about my depression and I talked about the nice guy syndrome and being single and all these other things. And those are all things that I've come to terms with that are just kind of part of me and I've dealt with them and I'm actually very, very comfortable talking about them because I've learned how to deal with them and I hope through my experiences other people can uh, find new ways to deal with their own experiences. Maybe they don't have the exact same issues that I have, but hearing me talk about how I dealt with mine may help them deal with theirs. Um, Today is not going to be like that. Today is basically going to be me asking for help from my friends, um, which seems like this does seem like kind of a weird way to do it. Um, but to be honest, after joining the YouTube community and getting to know quite a few of you really really amazing people, um, I've developed bonds and relationships with people that I've never physically met, that are actually closer than some of the people that I went to school with for 4 years, or my former roommates in college that I don't talk to anymore. Um, so I've never been the kind of person that likes to ask for help. I understand that there's certain times when it's necessary, um, but to me, at least in certain situations, asking for help has been something that I've had very large issues with, specifically for in the regards to asking for financial help. Um, I was brought up, my father was the breadwinner, and that was kind of how I've always thought of it. Is to be a man and to be an adult is you are the provider, and even though I don't have anyone to provide for other than me, that's kind of how I still view it. Um, so, preface aside, I want to let you guys know a little bit about what's been going on without going into details that people that aren't directly involved need to know. Um, I quit my job in the beginning of November due to a lot of issues that I'm not going to get into just because at this point it doesn't really matter. Because of the environment, it had become very, very stressful for me, and it was aggravating my depression to the point where I was having panic attacks daily. I was getting very, very sick. I was getting to the point where I wasn't able to fight off my depression well enough, and I was starting to get worried about myself. So I quit my job. Um, and when I quit, I was fairly certain that, first of all, I'd be able to get another job very quickly because I have a very good track record at the stores that I've worked at. I'm very good at what I do. Um, and when that didn't happen, I naturally assumed I'd be able to get some sort of unemployment uh, assistance because the reason for my departure involved my depression, which, if you guys aren't aware of the Americans with Disabilities Act, diagnosed clinical depression is a protected disability. And that makes things a little bit different in regards to, quitting a job or, them doing different things. Um, Probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, um, after going through a fairly lengthy battle with unemployment to try and get my unemployment insurance, I got a letter from the unemployment office telling me that they denied my benefits. Um, and I can try to appeal the decision, But the fact of the matter is, right now, I have no income, and due to being severely underpaid at my previous job, uh, I'm racking up debt very, very, very quickly, to the point of by the end of this month, I will be short about $900 to be able to pay like my rent and my phone bills and things like that, um, which to me is terrifying. Um, it, I've never been the kind of person that doesn't pay my bills on time. I've never been in the position where I couldn't at least pay my bills. I've foregone food before. I have lived very, very, in very, very tight situations before, but I've always found a way to pay my bills. And now I'm a month behind on a couple of them, and I don't know how I'm gonna pay for my rent and things like that. And it's a really unique situation for me, and it's not one that I enjoy being in. And that's where you guys come in. Now, I want to say I'm not asking for money from you guys. I think that's really tacky, and I don't think that's a very honorable thing to do. Um, what I am asking for, and this is not just my YouTube friends, I'm going to be sharing this on Facebook, anyone that sees this. For the last 4 years, I've been in retail management, specifically focusing on sales and training. I am very, very good at what I do. I'm probably one of the best trainers most people have ever met because I've devoted the last 4 years of my life to becoming that. And for most of my life, I've always been in a leadership type position. I've always been the one that's been teaching other people how to do things. So what I'm asking is if anyone has something that they want to learn, you've got friends that need tutoring, you'd like to learn something new that you've never done before, you just like some help doing things. Anyone that lives in the greater Milwaukee area, I have no problem driving out to wherever you are and helping you out with anything from my best subjects in school were English and writing and things like that, and math. I took calculus when I was a junior in high school, and I think I got a 4 on the AP test. So I was very, very good at it. I love numbers and things like that. If anyone's looking for a tutor for anything, chances are I can help you do better. From a professional standpoint, if you are in any sort of sales position, I was the #1 seller at every single store I've ever worked at. The people that I trained and listened to my training were the #1 salespeople at at their specific stores. And they also, the people that I trained got promoted to management positions because of their sales abilities. So if you work in any sort of sales field, I will give you training on how to become a better seller. Sales is sales is sales is sales, whether you're selling cars or computers like I did. There's a few universal things that tend to work everywhere. And any of the specifics for a field that I've never actually been in, I will teach myself and then use it to be able to help teach you. I also used to be a practicing private computer consultant. If you have problems with your computer, you need it fixed, you need it tuned up, you need a new printer installed, anything basically to do with computers I can do, that specifically you need to be within driving distance for me. So all of these services that I'm offering are basically, I'm not going to technically charge for them. It's going to be you guys pay me whatever you think it's worth to you. There will be a few exceptions where, you know, if you want me to drive for 2 hours and you're only going to pay me $5, that's going to cause more problems than it's going to solve for me, and I'm going to have to say no. But anything else, tutoring and training and things like that, I can do through Skype, and I can do through Google Plus Hangouts and things like that. and all these other services. Like I said, if you're in the greater Milwaukee area, or even just the greater Madison area, both of those, I'm close to both of those cities, and I'm more than willing to travel to help you in any way possible. Um, and yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get about $900 before the end of the month, just so I can, keep a roof over my head. If you don't specifically want any of these things, tell your friends about it. Shoot me an email or something. I have such a wide base of knowledge because I love to learn things that more likely than not, if you have an interest in something, I probably have at least some experience in it, and the experience that I don't have, I will learn and help you to learn it as well. I've studied martial arts for 15 years, so if you'd like to, learn some self-defense or learn Taekwondo is the one that I'm most well versed in. Again, let me know. Shoot me an email. You guys can, talk to me through Facebook. If you're Facebook friends with me, you can send me personal tweets, whatever you guys want to do. Again, I'm not looking for handouts. I'm not looking for charity. This is simply a way for me to use the skills that I have to not only help people, but to help support myself. The other thing that I've just started doing, if any of you guys are familiar with the website Patreon, it's a really unique website. Jens had the founder and creator of it on one of his Geekend Hangouts, and it's a phenomenal service. I've created an account over there. It's patreon.com/trainerjody. And what it is if you guys like the things that I do, these vlogs, D&D High, Training Day, you can pledge to support me as a creator. You pledge per video, and before you guys ask all this daily December stuff, I will not be submitting that for payment or for support or anything. This is something I'm just doing. But you basically would support me per video. So let's say you like what I do, you can pledge $1 per video, so that every time I put out a video, you basically you'll set up an account, and you'll get charged $1, and it'll go to me minus fees and everything else like that. And it's a way for my fans to be able to support me through more than just clicking like or subscribing or something like that. It's an amazing thing. Nika Harper has been doing it for a little while. I know there's a lot of people who have been doing very, very well. And it's something that will let me be able to do this professionally as opposed to just a hobby. So if you don't want to take advantage of any of the services that I'm offering, you are more than welcome to go to my Patreon page and pledge to support me, to help me keep creating videos like this and help me to be able to do things. So yeah, like I said, this is a really uncomfortable topic for me. I don't like asking people for help if I can avoid it, but I've basically gotten to the point where I don't really have a whole lot of options here. And I'm not asking for charity. This isn't a guilt trip. I will never, ever be upset with someone that either doesn't have the ability to help me out, just doesn't want to help me out because, they, for whatever reason, that's not what this is. This is me quite literally trying to sell myself and sell my services, and trying to find a way to just make it to that next month. So yeah, I'm sorry this has been a really long one. I'm sorry this has been a really down one. The next few daily Decembers are going to be a lot more up and a lot happier. I don't like doing stuff like this. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, you want to know if I have, experience in a certain interest, you want to learn a foreign language, you want to know if I speak it or not, shoot it in the comments, let me know. I will have a link to my Patreon page. Even if you guys don't want to support me, check it out. It's actually a very, very cool website. I actually put a fair amount of time into it and the different rewards that I offer people for helping to support me. And there's a lot of other really amazing people on Patreon. And it's just a fantastic, really neat service that I'd love to see get more popular. All right, so that's all for me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.